Good morning, everybody. Auronnj here with another War of the Visions video, and today we're going to do a level 120 Louelle character review. I got her to 120 about 4 or 5 days ago, had some chances to use her, and with Frederica showing up, having some Earth Element units on your team is not a bad thing to do. So let's talk about her right now. Okay, we're going to start this video a little differently than we've started videos in the past. We're going to jump straight into a fight, and I'm going to kind of explain what we have going on here while we go into the fight, because here's a team that you're seeing all over Arena right now. Up yours' team here is all lightning, and this team is all about Frederica just raining hell on you. So we've built a team with Louelle, with Zombie Ryryu, and with King Ma as our tank to just counter that. And we've done that by, like in two ways. One, King Ma is just a pretty dang good tank in general, right? Like, he's gonna not have too much of a problem closing the gap. And we've given him a missile resistance vision card, Mask of Deceit. That's just going to help him, right? So he's going to put bells on, he's going to run forward. Now, our Earth mages here, Zombie Ryryu and Louelle, we're keeping them alive in two ways, right? We're running two more vision cards that are Earth element specific, one of which is Golem. And Golem actually gives your Earth units a bonus to lightning resist, which is going to help them close this gap and get in there to fight the enemy. Because like Mont can get in there, but he's getting worn down. They're going to eventually burn through him. And that's kind of the point of this map, is it's tough to like close this gap. Mont's down and now only our mages are left. But Ryryu gonna just wreck people. Louelle gonna wreck people. We have the element advantage here, and we are so tanky. Like that jamming thrust, 975 damage. Barrier break arrow, 930 damage. And then as soon as our mages get in range of these like physical damage lightning units, we're gonna destroy them, just like you saw there. And that's kind of the point of this group. Now, Louelle didn't necessarily pop off here, but her buffs, the vision card she was carrying, really helped carry this. That area attack resist buffs that she can bring, the fact that Camilo's vision card is like best in slot for her, really clutch, and that's a fun group that just counters that all lightning, like barrage spam, whatever group. So okay, let's move on to talk about Louelle specifically now. Okay, now before we talk about Louelle specifically, I do want to plug my Amazon coin affiliate link. If you want to support the channel and save on Visior, please consider using my Amazon coin affiliate link down in the description. Awesome way to support the channel. Thank you to everybody who does that. Let's talk about Louelle, and let's start though with her Espers. So you can see Bahamut is the first one I rushed on her because I just in general think it's top of the line for your mage Espers. I'm working on Siren with her right now because Siren has a nice magic stat. Siren is getting the EX version of Espers where you can awaken them to 99 soon, and is very slash resistant, so I could run Louelle in a slash resistant group with that. I also think good for her is Golem. Now, Golem doesn't have the best stats for a mage, but it has very good stats for a tank or a bruiser. This would give her more defense, more lightning resist. If you're running her in an anti-lightning comp, it's a good option. Gaion, also a good choice. Again, good magic stats. It's actually balanced between attack and magic. And she does have access to Stoneblade and Stone Aga Blade. So looking for Espers that boost, boost your like slash attack is not wasted on her, especially if they're also boosting your magic. Then you have Diablos, generally very good mage Esper, and Shiva is like very fast, so this will help her speed, and she has good magic stats. So those are the Espers that I kind of like on her. I'm gonna be running Bahamut for this group. Now, vision cards, I think Camilo's vision card here is actually just her best. Now, it's fairly balanced between attack and magic, so it's not the greatest magic stat, but it gives 6 more defense. I love that. I want this girl to be able to like take more than 1 or 2 hits and still be able to succeed in a group that's running a healer so she can sustain. So you can see got that defense, then it has Area attack resist, fantastic. HP up, fantastic. And then max TP up is kind of whatever, but it's there. Then she's also going to get slash resist up 10 and 5% more HP because she's Earth. And then she's not going to get this because this is for only Mont and Ma Cherie. No big deal. She's getting the stuff I want. And if you're running her as a bruiser, I think this is one of the best cards for her. Alternatively, she could also be the person in your group who carries Solidus. Solidus, very strong magic stats and gives slash attack resist up to your group. She's not going to get this max HP up, but she will get magic attack up. So Solidus, a very, very good vision card for Louelle, and I think those are probably her best two right now. If you want to go more offensive focused, yeah, go look for some of your like offensive focused vision cards. You know, you have Ramuh if you want to boost your magic, Trousseau. There's the Skull vision card that gives Maneater. They're all out there. You can like mix and match vision cards for the sake of your group, right? She's a good holder for Black Rose of the Battlefield if you wanted to go that way. There's a lot. I'm just talking about the ones that I think are the best, and I think it's those two in the game right now. Now, for this group, she's functioning as my solo carry in a group that's Louelle, King Mont, and Yuna. This is like standard, and this is like the way I think a lot of people will end up playing her once there's not a ton of this like mono lightning madness running around. Now, the anti-lightning will still be relevant, especially once Cloud comes into play. Once, because Cloud releases right at the same time Charlotte does, there's going to be a lot of need for strong Earth units in that time. But that we got to get there first, right? So this is probably her best use until then, and it's as a Earth-based bruiser with a tank and a healer. So I'm going Louelle, King Mont, and Yuna, and I'm going to throw this into the guild battle map, and we're going to see how it plays out. Alright, now we're going to jump into a fight, but before we do, remember we're on the guild battle map, and it's really important to look at what skills, specifically buffs, to turn on and off. Her TP skills are very, very good. It's one of the things that was like highlighted about her when she came out. Law of Preservation is very important for Bruiser Louelle, right? It's going to be the thing that gives her that more defense, lets her take hopefully more than 2 hits, so Yuna can pretty much always keep her up. Then you have Invocation of Free Action, which is an AP recovery buff for allies and an agility buff for allies. But remember, Mont is running bells in this group. Mont has a way of buffing his own agility. He might not need this, so I'm going to turn that off. Then there's also Earthen Invocation, which is an Earth attack up buff for herself and allies, which would only be good for her. But it's also a unit attack resist buff for 3 turns, which will make her more tanky, make Mont more tanky, make everybody more tanky. So we'll leave this one on for now. But if she's getting blown up, we'll turn it off. Speaking of getting blown up, something that will help her get blown up is if you leave Hazard spell on. I'm turning it off here because I want her to be a bruiser. Instead, I'm leaving Stoneaga Blade, Stone Blade, and Drain Invocation on from her Ruin Knight subjob, which I just think by far and away is her best subjob because it gives her access to slashing type attacks, another way to penetrate the enemy's defense. As far as her attacks in Scholar, leave them all on. Like, I leave all of her attacks on, let the AI decide which one's going to do the most damage, and just roll with that. Okay, we're going to go get into a fight now, and we're going to target teams with high attack. We are built with anti-slash, we're built with a lot of defense, so we want to sort by attack, and we're going to hit, we'll hit Ray's team here. Now, Ray's team highlights a lot of the strengths and weaknesses of Louelle as a physical damage bruiser here. Why? Okay, he's got Titus and Gilgamesh. We're going to do well against Titus and Gilgamesh with this lineup. It's 2B that is potentially the problem here. Wind element units just destroy earth element units, and 2B specifically is probably still the best physical DPS carry in this game, and Louelle doesn't do super well against her, so you'd want to kind of avoid her. Even like that single target resist that she just got, not going to help because 2B going to be targeting Mont but hitting him with AoE abilities that will probably also hit Louelle. Alright, we've lost a little HP from the Taunting Blade from Titus, but Louelle took that no problem, didn't even get to half HP, so she's fine. Mont steps up, 2B's going to dodge stuff, that evasion going to suck. Now, Louelle's Limit Break coming out here. Really cool looking, throws her paper in the air, drops a, paper cuts all around, easily one-shots the Gilgamesh, puts the Titus to super low, and Yuna gonna follow up with Energy Ray. Nice little wombo combo here to take out the Titus, and 2B is low. Now watch this though. 2B, Wicked Pummel just annihilated Louelle. Like absolutely destroyed her. So she would be dead going into fight 2. And with the way it ended, Yuna didn't get to re-raise her, so that's unfortunate. But you can see Louelle very good at tanking Titus's hit, but not 2B's. So let's find another physical team and fight them next. Alright, now this time, we're going to make Louelle a little bit tankier herself. We're going to turn off Earthen Evocation, which will force her to use Law of Preservation on turn 1. This map is so short that it seems like she's only going to get off one buff consistently. So we want that buff to be that one because it's going to be the thing that unlocks her like full bruiser potential. We're also going to look to fight a team this time that does not have 2B on it. So something like this team here, which is a Titus, Gilgamesh, and Yuna, which in theory our squad should do very, very well against. Without 2B's like, you know, different damage types and elemental weakness going on, we should be able to live through any one single attack, kind of regardless here. Plus, Louelle does very good against Titus because he's definitely more of a physical bruiser, and she does that insane magic damage. So there's Law of Preservation. She's stacking that defense. She's in good shape. Mont, catch, and re-raise. We're going to close the gap here. Excuse me. And we're going to try and beat the heck out of the enemy team. Re-raise onto Titus. Yuna, always a super annoying problem unit. And Gilgamesh actually throwing out some magic resist buffs here, which is interesting. You don't always see Gilgamesh's running that, so okay. Now you can see Louelle that time took barely any damage from the Titus, which is awesome, and she's going to follow that up with her AoE attack here. This is going to be her anti-healing, line-based AoE attack. Let's see if she can get the double kill. Easy, no problem. Titus drops, Gilgamesh drops, but because Yuna exists, Titus will come back to life and look to catch a heal. I think we're going to troll this Yuna and actually, well, we disabled Titus, so, you know, if he lives, whatever. But Scholar popping off, Yuna going for that heal. It's going to hit nobody, and Yuna stands alone, which is still a threat because it's freaking Yuna. So let's see, how many times will her heal proc? Let's see. Here's a second chance with the Holy, unless it kills her. It didn't. Aeon, oh my gosh, she didn't proc Aeon Bond. That means we're going to take her out. No problem. Wasn't scared at all. And I think you could see there the like high damage bruiser that Louelle can be, and she's really, really good at it. All right. Now it's time for that part of the video where I make up categories, give the unit a grade in every category based on what I think they were supposed to fulfill in this game, like what role they were supposed to fulfill, right? So as a magic carry, I'm going to give her a 90. I think she does enough damage to be considered a legit carry, but I think that like once characters like Sakura and Garvel start catching EX jobs, or maybe even right now, they can carry harder than her just by doing more damage. But her damage doesn't suck. Like her damage is pretty dang good. So I'm going to give her an A, just an A- in that one, give her a 90. Now, anti-physical bruiser. This is definitely something she's supposed to do, and it's definitely something that she does pretty well. I would rather her have something like Kill Phase Shield than a defense buff. Her defense buff is really good, and you can stack defense on her and make it so she lives through 1 or 2 physical attacks, but somebody like 2B is just going to wipe the floor with her, because that elemental weakness is just going to be too much to overcome. Mixed with those different damage types, 2B is going to crush her, but she's pretty dang good at this, so I'll give her an 87. As an anti-lightning unit, a lightning killer, easily her best role, and easily her role that will scale into the future super well over the next like 4-5 months. We're going to get so many good lightning units. Frederic is just getting her EX. Nivlu will catch an EX at some point. Skull will catch an EX at some point. This is a chick who can be in any like anti-lightning group that you want to run her in, and she'll be very effective with her buffs, everything like that. Speaking of buffs, I'm going to give her an 85. All of her buffs are good. None of them are like game-breakingly good in my opinion. Probably her best like general buff is the one that's the buffs her group's agility and gives them AP. I really like that, but it's not like insane, and it doesn't synergize super well with King Mont, which is a bit of a problem considering how relevant he is right now. I like her defense buff for herself. I like her earth attack up buff that gives unit resist. They're all really good. She gets an 85 here. Solid B. Her AI, I'll give it another 90. It's fine, right? It performs as it should. You have to tweak it a little bit to get her to use her bruiser buffs, which is a reason I don't give it a higher score. I would like to be able to leave on like her single target resist buff and her defense buff, but she needs to use the defense buff first, in my opinion, if you want her to be a bruiser with a tank in your group, which is going to be something that happens a lot. So that's why I give it a 90. And then overall, solid 90. She's a really dang good unit, worth investing in. And I think her value, like I've said 3 or 4 or 5 times, will just keep increasing as these lightning units flood into the game. Like, we all just saw what happened to Fire, where Fire got this massive buff with vision cards and King Mont and all this, and now Fire super relevant, Rain, all this stuff. That's going to happen for Lightning, and it's going to happen for Lightning within the next 2-ish months, right? So at that point, Louelle's stocks going up, and you love to see that. So thank you guys for watching. That's going to be the video today. Yeah, great. If you made it this far, please click that like button, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.